Hello, welcome. I will be using many mediums to share insights. Today I'm using the Mother Piece mini deck and setting intentions to get a message across to whoever comes across this video. So I'm getting chills right now. I set an intention and the energy that's coming through for the specific person, it's one of we need to get work done. I'm excited. It's like when you start a new semester in school or you're going to a coffee shop to just plan out your life. It's feeling like setting resolutions for your year and not being down or sad about failure or lack of having something. Like there's just okay, this is what's happening. Let's go ahead and make a plan and work towards it and stay focused. There's a curiosity and a skepticism present. Intuition, oh, I love this. Intuition is on point in terms of you wanting to develop that and grow it. So let's just see what comes up. I'm gonna okay, this is overall energy. I'm just saying silent prayers to myself. Okay, let's just go with this. LOL, that's funny. We have the Sun, Daughter of Discs, facing forward, Seven of Discs, Judgment. Again, it's that New Year resolution energy happening for you in August. And everyone's on their own timeline. This is just a big inspirational energy. A lot of folks are looking for passions and feeling like something's wrong with them because they don't have hobbies or things that make them happy. And happiness is an inside job. It looks like for you, literally going to the zoo, seeing animals, traveling on safari, being friends with multicultural people, celebrating, dancing under the sun. Maybe you want to go to the Caribbean or South America or Africa. Something about that kind of energy, those kinds of methods of healing through dance, through song, through community is what's at the bottom of what's happening spiritually for you. Daughter of Discs, and you might be wanting to organize things related to travel, spirituality, wellness, fun, beauty, but feel like you don't have the funds. You have all of the things within you, but it's like you're looking for the right opportunity, the right time, the right what have you. This to me is feeling like get all your things in order. Get your business plan, get your routines for a daily agenda, get everything figured out so when the right opportunity comes where you have a funder or a co-partner or something, you can bring them in on it and the work is done and it's it's easy. It feels like there's a lot of Virgo energy affecting you in terms of wanting to get organized and stuff. But yeah, the Seven of Discs, there are so many I was gonna say assets, but that's not the right word. It's aspects. So I was trying to say aspect, but then it turned to assets. You have a lot of things that are worthy within you, ideas, seeds that you're planting. You're pregnant with an idea as well. This is your baby, but there's an umbrella. There's a thing that crowds or shrouds over everything, and it's this energy of community and not wanting finances or resources to be an issue and stuff. And so I just feels like you're in the beginning stages of really developing a business or a company. And then with Judgment here, it feels as though you're getting messages directly from God and that you have a bigger calling on your life than just doing what you're used to doing. Like, it feels like you need purpose, and to feel like you're making the world a better place. Like, what's your contribution to society? You know, like, what is your legacy that you leave behind is kind of what's happening here. But I'm also seeing new relationship with you and your connection to God, the divine within, your feminine, the world, just colors in general, diversity. So that's what I'm seeing as the overall arching theme. Spirit, you know. And then we have the Lovers, the Devil, Priestess of Wands, and Four of Swords. This is interesting because it does look like there has been an energetic transfer. Who was your last lover? Who was the last person you were intimate with? Who's the person that you think about in your mind 24/7? You know, they're actually not the person for you. They don't do anything to make you feel better. It's almost like an energy of limerence, right? And Stockholm syndrome, potentially, like all these mental health terms that people just overuse. Narcissist, da, 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 da. So it wasn't really loving, and you're healing a part of that. Like, you're like, well, is this someone that I'm learning karma with, or is this someone that's like a twin flame? There's just something about you still having love for that kind of energy. But then I'm also seeing the Devil, and it's like it's not straight all the way, you know, like present, like in your face. It's more of like, if you don't address the issues in this situation now, it might lead you to ignoring. Like, I feel like ignoring and not really looking at the problem is also part of this Devil energy. Instead of overthinking something, it's like acting like it's not there. So no more ignoring the problem. But I'm also seeing that you don't want to feel like enslaved to something that you create. Like, you want everything to be done from a place of like, okay, we're empowered, we want to work together, we're doing this, you know, with the right intention and stuff like that in mind. And part of you also feels like uncomfortable with stepping into a leadership role because you attach leadership and stuff like that with being controlling, but you can do things in a different way. So I'm just seeing that there's issues related to people that you've worked with in the past trying to enslave you, or making you feel less than and tied to them, and that things are not going to happen unless you work with them, which is not true. You want things to be free and exciting, and so, but you also need to heal your relationship with like money issues and getting distracted, because it doesn't really feel like you have anyone, like in terms of partnership wise, to do this with you. It could be like a journey you just do for yourself. And then with the Priestess of Wands, so some of you have been feeling like your manifestation ability has not been on point, because there's an energy of needing to like take time to heal with the Four of Swords here. So you can't rush your healing. There's inner work, there's outer work, and then there's like the godly, like spiritual kind of work. And so with this energy here, with the Priestess of Wands, you are a queen, and right now you kind of need to focus on manifesting and healing and praying and just having God help you with remembering who you are and not allowing these negative situations you were in to be a part of what it is that you're creating. And you do that by, it looks like sometimes it's staying still, but for you it's like, okay, I need to take action, but also I need to learn when to take breaks. I need to be able to like rest and recover. And you are trying to create something that's going to be a healing force for a lot of people. So you also have to make sure that you don't harm yourself, and that you are also doing your healing work for yourself as well before you can share it with others. Okay. Shaman of Swords, the Fool, Nine of Wands reversed, Nine of Cups, Daughter of Cups. I like this energy. So this is kind of what's let me bring it down. This is what's happening spiritually. This is what's happening physically on like the earth realm, and this is like what's to come, action steps. Shaman of Swords. Some of you may feel like you want to start over. Isn't it interesting how we get to this and then my throat gets closed up? Shaman of Swords, darling. So you are definitely on track to being someone who is seen as an authoritative figure. When I say authoritative, it doesn't mean controlling. It's just, who do we look to for guidance? You are someone who has guided yourself. You have guided other people that you just meet along the way. You are someone who, when you get information and you understand it, you can teach it in multiple ways so other people can get it. It's being that bridge between worlds, because some people weaponize things like language, right? They try to confuse you and then rush through things and get you to agree to something before you fully understand what it is. And you don't want that. You want it to be clean. You want people to fully understand what they are, getting into. And then we have the Fool. So it's a fresh start. So again, I'm just getting you becoming this leader is very natural for you, but you just needed a fresh start. So if that had to do with creating a new website, starting a new social media page where nobody knows you, not even your bestest friend, right? Like, you want the people who are supposed to find you. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And I'm seeing animals, I'm seeing lots of like earthy things, I'm seeing mountains, I'm seeing even if you don't realize what step to take, your higher self, because this eye is on the foot, it just intuitively knows. Like, you'll just know what your next step is, so you don't really have to try too hard. And that's funny because I feel like oh my god, that's hilarious. Wow. It's not important. Okay, 9 of Wands. So it's an energy of not having any kind of worry. I do feel as though you have had boundaries that you were putting out, like, stay away from me, don't talk to me, you're toxic, you're this, you're that. But instead of you having these things where you're forcing it outward, it's more of like an internal boundary of, this person has stepped on this line and it's causing me to feel this way. So instead of snapping on them or cutting this connection off because of something I'm feeling that I'm triggered by, let me ask them to clarify like what they mean. So it's asking for clarification. It's asking people to explain themselves so that way you don't misunderstand anything, and then seeing if that fire is getting brighter because they're not being truthful with you, or if it's calmed down to like a, a little spark where you're like, okay, I can trust this. 9 of Cups, emotional wellness, wishes coming true. This is spa time. So there's a sandwiching method, if you're familiar with it. It's like, tell me something good, then give me the difficult feedback, then, make it positive again. So it just looks like breaks. Like, I just keep getting breaks for you. So you have a big job and you have to pretty much lead by example. So if you're telling people, be healthy, yet you're eating junk food in a toxic relationship, not taking care of your body, having bad like hygiene, spiritual, physical, whatever, it shows. And so you taking care of yourself, like not making yourself this distant kind of leader, like making yourself, you're different for sure, but you don't want people to see you as someone who is super far away. Like, you want them to be able to feel like because you did it, they can too. This is the difference between having someone talk to you and lecture you for 2 hours versus someone that walks around the room, sits at the table, talks to you, has a conversation, creates like workshop groups, has it more interactive, and then taking time to pause to speak. Like, they know how to disperse energy and how to help people feel whatever they're trying to get them, to feel or understand or, discover for themselves. So this is just like sauna, steam room, kind of like retreat energy. First time experiences for some. There's like music, they're playing drums, and so it just feels like a lot of your wishes are coming true. And to me, this nakedness is authentic self energy. It's not masking, and it's not one of feeling like you have to pretend to be yourself in order to be accepted by a group. And then we have Daughter of Cups. I feel like it was like doing something like this, but it's up. The way that I had it in my hand was upright, so I'm just going to read it in this way. And so, healing. You're doing so much healing work by listening to yourself and by moving yourself forward and understanding the complexity and the weight of what you feel and how that might be a block for you. So instead of letting yourself feel stuck or overwhelmed and just sitting in it for too long, you just give yourself like, okay, I'm gonna feel this, and if it comes up again, I'll know that I need to like take some time, but I'm not gonna overdo it. Like at some point you need to get up, get yourself together, and move forward and make plans and change up the energy. So that's what I see for you, is true healing. And we have the 9 of discs. Again, going back here, that energy of the authenticity that came up right underneath it. So this is not needing to create like 50 million different pages social media wise. This is like having one page where you are fully yourself, and there are different umbrellas of what you do clearly on your page. It's organized, but it's not messy. It's like, wow, I can be a multifaceted individual. And even when it comes to like business things, like they're all related, even though they might be a little bit different. So whether it's you offer, because I'm doing a reading, let's say it's like readings and then retreats, or like writing workshops or meditations or plant medicine, or you have like a community page where you list your self-care practitioners, like who does your hair, or who plans your travel, or who can you send people to, so you don't have to be the only one. And this 9 of discs here is just showing me an energy of like, it doesn't have to be financially transactional when it comes to the business that you do, but it does look like, okay, I do have a lawyer friend and I am their spiritual practitioner friend. They trust my readings, I trust their legal advice, so we have decided to trade. Same thing with like a digital marketer or a computer design, like web designer, or a photographer, or someone that just knows about the earth, that knows how to fish and garden and do all these things. So you're basically designing a group of people that you have identified have a certain skill or talent, and creating community and bartering. I mean, you don't have to barter, but it just makes it feel so much better when your gift is acknowledged and seen as an equal exchange. And sometimes, it's like you're getting more than you would with money, because you are sharing like a meal and talking for hours, and then getting into whether it's like flowers or shopping or something, like it's just conversational, it's not transactional. You can be yourself, and then you get into, okay, let's get to business. It's kind of how they do business in the Middle East, in Africa, other countries, right? You don't just like immediately sit down and talk about business. That's more of like a Western world thing. So you just relax and have lunch and enjoy time, talk about your hobbies, your interests, what you've been up to, family, school, whatever. So it's legit building community. And some of you are working through spiritually healing books. It's good to read books, and I'm not saying just like flip through the pages. I mean, read it and apply it into your world in like a balanced way. But at the same time, organizing your message into, whether it's book form, podcast form. There's just something about organizing happening right now. You are getting yourself prepared, and the next year is going to look so different for you. So this is how the message wanted to show up today. So it will find you if it's meant to find you. And I hope you take care and enjoy the rest of your week ahead until we meet again.